Creation cost. Forget. How many? 45 because plant economies. 90 minus 20, 70. Yeah, I already have enough energy, and I'll make a little more, especially with my worm hunts. Won't be doing any more of the super rushing. I don't have the money for it. I can make sure World Health Organization booms a little bit earlier. Through careful management of this. The assignments of pops and such. Right then.
Request confirmation.
All looks good. It's gonna be 11 overflowing to the creche. Could have done 11 or 10. It's equivalent, but I'll need to spend the energy to get the creche done after a turn either way, probably. And I have 42 energy credits. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Another reference. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy this time, folks. I like to scatter my videos with these and see which ones you guys pick up on. Some are really obvious like this. Others, or at least which you pick up on instantly before I explain them, which I do very quickly. Should probably wait. Of course, what I'm doing here is explain the trend. In the future, maybe I won't explain it so quickly. Yep, next turn is forced to be finished. Load the former. Transport can get it to this tile right away. All this fungus. Slight risk entering the sea fungus there, but I wanted to explore the island coast, see if there was another pod that would affect my priorities, whether I sent a transport out there or not. Oh, I should have stopped this thing repairing a turn earlier. Commando, Recon Rover. No longer a designated defender. This is going for this pod. Heck, maybe I'll die. Maybe it won't. See how things work out.
Terraform complete.
Guess I'm wrong about the support thing. At least have the probe teams support from here, but it seems to get kicked to wherever they were trained, or maybe just always to World Health Organization, regardless. So I'm not gonna bother diverting more to Border Agency if it's out of the way. Cool. Now I'll venture raise here the terrain here, but my first priority is actually a condenser, because that will make this tile rainy. He just needs the food. That already turned into a 3-1 tile, and this one as well. Here I'll be doing a farm. Basically, trying to get a bunch more nutrient income. Can slow grow some of it, but also do a children's creche. Eventually it'll still boom up to the same size either way. They don't have the nutrients to support the base beyond size 6 right now, not easily. Or 7, actually. So that'll add 1 nutrient. That'll add 1 nutrient. Get to 8. A farm there will be 1 more. Condenser there will be 1 more. Then I'll have enough nutrients to reach size 9. I guess these could rebuild the solar panels north of Monitoring Agency. Have them worked by Civil Rights Agency again once it grows. Or maybe echelon mirrors. Let's see. Yeah, echelon mirrors there, because that's only at the 1,000. It's 1,000 meter band, but it's. I'm still capped at 2 energy, so solar, echelon, and then eventually solar up here. Small arrays of. I could actually do echelon here. Benefit solars, I'm gonna have to replace the sensor array. That's better because it does work on diagonal. Cool. So yeah, the tile will become rainy. We'll have an echelon mirror. And this will eventually become, let's see, rainy from a condenser here. And this solar panel from the condenser there. Or there. Yeah, solar panels that produce 2 energy are just a little more profitable at 3 nutrients, 2 energy, plus, you know, whatever rolling stuff that happens regardless, versus a condenser, it's 4 nutrients. And that can ultimately be half of a technician's 1.5 energy right now. Plus technicians actually half their energy output effectively is canceled by psych costs in some cases, so it can sometimes even be less than that. So yeah, some solar panels are needed in addition to the boreholes where I can get them. borehole here. And then a borehole here and a borehole here eventually. Let's see, there's definitely be one here. Let's see, one of these. Then there's maybe a base there. And this next to mining agency. So yeah, a few boreholes along the current coastline or the future coastline here. Prioritizing flat tiles sometimes because, you know, they produce less minerals and like it gets over in. It's not like rolling ones produce more minerals than a borehole, I don't think. It's always 6 in a borehole unless it's mineral resources, then it's 8. Doesn't say it doesn't benefit from rolling terrain, so maybe it actually does. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since. Let's see boreholes that aren't. No, because that's rolling. It would be 9 if. 3, 4. Yeah, no, it's just 8. So yeah, it's always 6. So yeah, that's a thought. Flat tiles are better for boreholes because it increases the tiles mineral production more than by 6 instead of 5. Anyways, time for a condenser. All these moist tiles certainly benefit from it. Yeah, the borehole just west of mining agency is a low priority because they haven't lifted the mineral cap yet. But the ones in the mineral resources are high priorities. The only time I work not capped ones is like here where I really don't care much about nutrients anymore. It's too many to grow a base the slow way. I'm gonna do pot booming. And there's no other easy way to get 2 minerals, 2 energy for this base. I suppose I could do a mining platform and the energy resource there and it'd be the same. No, it'd only be 1 until advanced ecological engineering. Never mind. Although I could do kelp and get some nutrients in the game, but again, don't care about the nutrients very much here. It's good to have some in case of famine events, but I'm actually just going to use a creation boom and world health. Right. People costs 24. Switch to democracy. This will allow me to double check overflows and stuff. It's fine in most places. There's enough nutrients to support everything. Places I'm really concerned about are Planetary Trust. Well, no, actually, they'll be fine. World Food Program, that's the base I'm concerned about. They could be in mineral deficit and the game won't allow. We'll see. Right. Pretty desperate need for energy, so boom. No mine worms there. Oh, I still have some mine worm hunting to do on this river. Probably be alright. Keep on keeping at it. See, this is damaged. This is trying to heal till I got 2 moves. I should have it go first. Hunting Mom's in the way and try and get here so it can make it to the monolith. Ah, made it. Cool. Pair that unit. Give me a sec. Alright, so I had to figure out what to do with this transport. The dead obvious answer seems to be move it here. The units fight mine worm here, and are damaged. Next turn, the transport can hurry them along to the monolith for repairs. Meanwhile, monitoring agency has some room to grow. It doesn't have high nutrient production. And it's a place that could be attacked if it were Chon's Crash. Actually help with defense. Most of all, though, economic benefits from booming. So, I'll have a Crash there, World Health Organization. Admiring you to see this effectively brings way down the cost of colony pods, so they can both spam colony pods and send them east originally, and then eventually somewhere down the line, World Health Organization can use them to grow UN headquarters up to real large size. By merging with the base, it probably make sure to build a road in between first, actually probably on the monolith, because being able to get there quickly is sometimes useful. That won't be for a long time, probably not till after I built a hab complex and headquarters, and probably have a creationist boom up to that limit, and then use colony pods and World Health Organization to grow headquarters even larger size. Can also do it from other bases further out, but monitoring agency is, well, near this river area, near some potential bases in this direction if I want to risk getting closer to Sparta and having another front. Yeah, with a farm here, and then condenser, and then a road. 1, 2, 3. Can get colony pods to head the river in one turn. And to Alluvial Council another, and just keep going east. There's a few spots east of Resettlement Agency that could have colonies, bases, you know. Can actually put a borehole in the center of Prosperous Mesa. Interestingly, because it's flat terrain. Not consider a slope. The other one's on the energy resources on the side. So 4 boreholes, and then, you know, some bases to work them. Pretty high yields. Lots of energy, although, well, most energy go to waste. Tons of minerals. And now onto this peninsula. I'll probably eventually raise this terrain. And I'll raise 7 tiles above sea level, so it's very cost effective. So actually I'd probably want a base like here, where it still have sea access and have access to borehole. That's also, now let's name a couple. Doesn't always have to be creative. UN Eastern Naval Command. Place with just a single tile access to the sea. So it has access to lots of land tiles to actually build ships. And a mineral borehole. Ecological engineering doesn't do much for me besides lift borehole limits, and I don't have a ton of them. I'm starting to work on my second one that won't be mineral cap there. Almost everywhere else it's on a mineral resource so far, though I'm planning for more down the line. And I need something to work this borehole probably. Oh, resettlement agency, which I guess just leaves these nutrients and this energy. Suppose we'll be removing that fungus pretty quick. That'd be a borehole, so UN. It's on a mesa. It's a little bit high up, but now, here's an idea. Mesas, they remind me of terraces a little. Terraces are pretty cool for gardening, so What are they used for? Used to reduce erosion, terracing to prevent soil runoff. Erosion. Institute? No. Agency. Oh, I know. Soil management agency. This reminds me a little bit of in Boy Scouts, there's merit badges, fish and wildlife management, soil management, if I remember correctly, or something like that. I should remember because I did the merit badge once upon a time, but that there's a merit badge that specifically revolves around studying stuff like erosion. I remember like sitting down in class and learning about like soil runoff and stuff was a long time ago. Um, yeah, I took a number of ecology focused merit badges. So, soil management agency, studying runoff. Interesting, if you have extremely flat terrain, you can also get where like mud forms these kind of giant sheets and you get problems with more soil runoff that way too. So you actually need just a little bit of slope to prevent water from pooling to the point where you can do that. But you don't want very much or you're going to get a lot of runoff. There's actually a whole science to erosion management. Who thought? You know what? I'm just gonna call it erosion management agency. UNEMA. That's probably what most people would call it. EMA, ENA. EMA and ENA. Names these bases. Neither directly border fungus once I remove that tile, so it'd be easy to defend against occasional mineworm attacks if I wished. Which it's not really worth it until bases are fairly large and the nutrient costs are placing are fairly high. Even then, or you get clean reactors. Once you don't have to pay support costs anymore, and you're running out of other worthwhile investments, then guarding against mineworms more starts to be way more useful. Anyhow, but I mean, if a bases are big, you probably got that way by children's creche pot booming, and if it's easy to replace the nutrients, and the only real issue is that a facility gets destroyed on occasion. And it's so rare, you're better off replacing the facilities, probably investing in growth. Yeah, the optimal formula for growth once you're large enough that losing like pop won't completely cripple your game, and it's too big a risk, is just to occasionally accept your lumps most of the time. Just repair the damage of mineworms. That being said, if you're running a green economy, you can go out and try and capture the mineworms, and that can be very lucrative. But even then, the best way to do that is like a river through fungus, usually. Or a hover tank over normal fungus, because it won't get bounced really with its 3 moves. Cargo 1.0, it automatically loaded this. I'm like, why does that have cargo, this transport? No thanks. So rights is going to be a bit low on mineral output. So if anything, civil rights agencies should be the designated defender. And the formers. I mean, and the rovers. Not world health. Stat might get tagged best mineworm, though I highly doubt I'd lose given how low health that is. Searching for mine worms using hardened rovers now. Since my disciplined ones have been disbanded or upgraded at this point. Of course, I can still train veteran ones basically using monoliths and command centers, so. Still improve the quality. No mine worms in any of those tiles. It's a bit annoying. I mean, on any of those patrols, not a single one found. They move fast in Xenofungus. I think it's a reference to one of the fictions to go, one of the books to go with this game. So my worms are like a shark in water. They might actually be. That's kind of an almost meta explanation for why you have to patrol fungus tiles a bunch of times to find them. They're moving really fast, and sometimes they might just be avoiding you or stalking your units, but not attacking until they think they're vulnerable. If they can think. I don't know. How intelligent is a mine worm? I found a single bloody one. Oops. Oh. Oh well. You know. This stack is probably not getting attacked, but could. Alright. Oops. Forgot about this. Rover. Kind of want to see if I can catch this mind worm. It's probably not there anymore. It's outdated information, but we're into attacking the rover. It'll probably win in a defense battle because of both experience and being full health. Then there's at least a chance of this becoming commando ranked. Also, it's a great place to antagonize Santiago. I don't mind that if it gets her to put some units on my border. If you were to fight the University or war will go worse. And I'm kind of ready for if she declares war. It's not as if it's going to be some disaster at this point. Let's see. Oh, that unit's still there. I figured. If she were dumb enough to attack me, there would just be a disengage. Dual damage, not much. And disengage. I don't know if the probe team would be protected from that if we're in the same tile as the rover. I suppose there's no point risking it, is there? Guess it would depend on whether the unit withdrew first or... I'll just go for parade ground. Seems to be the easiest space to infiltrate because of the river. Actually, try moving there. I know in full well if I find a worm, there's a rover in range. Yep. Couple disciplined rovers this way. support from monitoring and border agency, respectively. I think I'm here to disband into the missile rover.
Insufficient energy.
120 for 33. Yeah.
Insufficient energy.
Finding mine worms. Having this rover pave the way. This probe team south through at least to the Spartan border here. It's going to try and reach Bunker 118 just because I want to know what's around it. Even if it might get tapped by my worm. It's a squad. Isn't really so much defending the probe team as going to get its upgrade to commando, I guess. Take too many battles to get this thing to elite. It's not really worth it. I suppose I could have made a trained missile squad. I thought about it. For the initial prototype. Probably would have just had one more row. Exchange it would have been able to get an elite unit. Oh well. Mistakes made. Or opportunities overlooked. Greenians always promote when they get in a fight. Interestingly. Ah, a mine. Rodent mine. Rodent nutrient bonus. Spartans are probably working on getting a farm in this nutrient bonus, and then something interrupted them, I'm guessing.
Complete.
Yeah, the mine is a 2-2-1 tile, so it's not bad. If the months in general doesn't get around nutrient restrictions, then there's no reason not for them to just build a mine. They don't need a farm there. Forest could obviously have given them 2-2-2 yields. But in the long run, the mine is better because once they get gene splicing, which won't be too much longer, they can stick a farm there and have more nutrients than with a forest. Rapid pop growth. Saves former turns in the long run if they had the turns to spare. Of course, they don't have nearly enough formers, so they should have done a forest instead. It's quicker. Yep. No gene splicing it. Also, the forests grow like crazy on their own, so. Oh well. In the monsoon jungle, forests are particularly often worthwhile because you can cram so many bases in. You probably want to be building colony pods instead of formers, and that means you don't have as many former turns available, so you forest your monsoon jungles, usually. It's more advanced. Terraforming is less worthwhile earlier on. Of course, what you actually want to do is a second pass of terraforming later, once you have gene splicing and ecological engineering. Start setting up some boreholes and some condenser farms. Boreholes are still worth it, even in the monsoon jungle. The condenser farms are especially productive in it. You don't need the gene splicing for the condenser farms, but you can do is put them on the edge of the jungle and make other tiles rainy, and then farms, maybe farm solar panels in some cases. Like here, because you do need some energy, and you can only do so many boreholes, especially with the ecological damage they create. So if you start in the monsoon jungle, you're probably very strong by the time you get those techs, especially if you have tech stagnation on. Maybe not without. Depends on your faction and who your neighbors were. Anyways, the point being, monsoon jungle has unique strategic implications. Oh yeah, there's got to be a base right here next to the mine based on the red radius, which does mean another base in the river, which is probably smart. Again, they got lucky. They got a hydrology pod right up here and got a really epically long river. Looks like they got another one here too. There are no rivers here normally at map generation in the monsoon jungle, so Sparta got lucky as heck. Even so, the AI sucks at terraforming without like Kyrv's patch or Thinker mod. Headquarters is producing one more nutrient than it needs, which means I can exchange a mine for a forest here. Next to lab point, and old health can work that mine instead of the unimproved tile. Extra mineral, extra eco damage too, unfortunately, but consider doing, let's see, drops. I lose 2 energy here because of the way commerce formula works. I might want, yep, went from 6, 7, 8, 8. So I got 3 energy in exchange for losing 2. Because I was able to bump some of the commerce up and to +2 from +1 at headquarters, and that's not all. Could work that forest. No, I actually can't work that forest. I should double check I didn't just move around where tech accumulated 20, or no, that's how much I already have. 46 a turn. I have to cut this video again. Versus $46 a turn, same amount either way. And 20 net income a year. $30. So yeah, I actually did get 1 extra energy credit out of the deal. And an extra nutrient. Here. At the expense of a single mineral that would have saved me 2 energy. But this is effectively 1 energy credit for 1 nutrient, which is probably a good trade-off. Even if it's going to base the pop boom up, it still doesn't hurt to have the reserves, if for no other reason than the ability to sometimes run a nutrient deficit with specialists to just barely squeeze into getting a tech turn sooner or something. Also protection against famine, so it's a worthwhile trade-off, I think. Yeah, because I also have to spend 2 more energy to hurry the chance creation I would have otherwise. Not a big deal. And actually reduce the eco damage risk here versus working the forest, because less mineral production and world health. Which is a good thing, since I had this mine off already. It increased the eco damage, just brought it back down. So less eco damage, more nutrients, for just the cost of 1 energy credit and nothing else. That's a good deal. Because the first fungal pop just destroys terraforming. It doesn't give you mine worms that you can get energy from, or capture if you're running green. Anyways, that minor optimization aside, just checking bases are about to grow before I end this video. Making sure they're working the right tiles. Gets a little finicky when something's very close to growth. Sometimes you got nutrient overflow you don't want. Need to avoid. Recycling tanks here. Starting on a Chon's Crash here. Not could be growing the old-fashioned way. 1, 2, 2, 3. Say I get 2 energy because of trade. Though, how? Shouldn't it be bringing 3? Oh, because inefficiency increased. But yeah, I should be bringing 3 more energy, and then yeah, 1 goes to inefficiency. That's all right. Worth the towel I know I'm about to swap the formers, maybe. But yeah, this get 4 before in the creation. They'll probably go back to this, and it's 2 minerals, and just have a nice even get the 10 exactly 3 turns later. And by that point, I'll probably have the energy to rush the Crash. Just barely. Mine worm hunts and that small amount of net income I get a turn. I should have seen my tech go up. Oh, nope. Because it rearranges trade a little. It doesn't increase at all? Really? Oh no, it does by 1. So I'm getting at least an energy. No net tech, it seems. Command commands. All this, 2 minerals. And an energy just goes to waste. Two minerals for 2 nutrients. This would be good, except that the base will have a mineral shortfall. But I think the recycling tanks completes before it'll try and disband units. Because sometimes you can rush recycling tanks at brand new bases and avoid starvation with the planetary transit network. So I'm pretty sure I won't lose a unit at Mountain Command. It's very micro stuff, but I mean, hey, I do not mind. Getting extra nutrients from it. Its tiles are worse than force until the condenser is done. And then I'll probably go back to working this. Of course, I'll reduce it to 1 nutrient. And maybe surplus, maybe not. Planetary Transit needs that to hurry the colony pod next turn. It's focusing on minerals, basically. Doing what nutrients I can. Food program is going to stall out the colony pod. Mineral production. Just doing fine for assignment of tiles, though. Might not be able to do the whole trick with the police scout unit I was talking about before here, after all. We'll see. All looking good. Just growing civil rights agency the whole slow way. Just don't have the energy for a challenge creation anytime soon, and needs nutrients in the long run to support a size 9 base. Some of the tiles being handed off to others. This sensor here will actually be done by monitoring agency probably. This mine by the headquarters, so. Work 2 of the forest. Probably have 2 specialists. Or work more into the forest actually. Probably swap off the mines to more people working the forest in the end. Anyways. The rapid growth means the challenge creation doesn't help the base reach its potential that much quicker, so that's why I'm less interested in creation there, and monitoring agency. Also defense bonus from challenge creation. Supposed to work, it's a little screwy, but interesting. Two mines and a condenser farm. For instance, agency is producing 1 more nutrient that needs. There's no point of doing that though. Oh, could do that. The colony pod'd still be done. I don't know if it would. I mean, still got full. I don't know if it would complete or not, though, is the problem. Since it says no minerals, but the whole thing is done. Probably best not to risk it. We're gonna have trouble with mineral shortfall, forest agency. Well, no, actually the other colony pod will build a base, so it should be fine. As long as it doesn't instantly disband the colony pod. Alright, so forest agency and man command are the 2 weird ones. Let's save and move the turnover and look for. Yep, there's. Really? The thing managed to win 5 rounds in a row, the mine worm, against a veteran rover. Only at 10% health. I think 10, maybe 20. So meet again. Current Commissioner, I trust your wimping social programs are proceeding to your satisfaction. I'm, as always, Colonel Santiago of the Spartans. My wimping social programs are modernizing my military and building economy to help me to raise an army to take you out soon, Santiago. Your forces have been spotted in Saran territory. By terms of our treaty of friendship, you must withdraw them immediately.
Production complete.
Okay. University signed a treaty of friendship with the Hive. Interesting.
Production complete. Production complete.
Just looking for weird things.
Complete. Production complete. Resource shortfall.
Really? Okay, so it does disband the unit even though it should have been neutron minerals. Even though it did a recycling tank.
Production complete. Production complete. Production complete. Production complete. Golden Age begun. Production complete. Production complete.
Wait a second. Alright, so forced agency. Oh, yeah, because it grew. No, it didn't grow. It says it's supporting 7 units.
Turn complete.
Wait, this wasn't supported from 4. Nope. What the heck? If it's supporting another unit, the population doesn't grow and it loses a pop to the colony pod. How? Is it actually secretly in a pop boom? The only way I can think of that is if it actually boomed, even though from a golden age. No, it's not supposed to be able. It's supposed to say pop boom with the exclamation mark if base is actually growing. I'm pretty sure that way. Does the democracy plan thing actually work? Alright, I gotta see that again. If it does. Also. Spirit race all button. Still has the messages from before. Apparently here I can't work this yet, so boom. That will prevent issues. Just have to swap to the to this later. Which is actually fine. And let's look at the nutrients to grow in it. It shouldn't even slow things. Right, what bases are in a whole bunch of them are in golden ages. If that's the case, anywhere with a golden age should grow. Like maritime command should reach size 4. Oh no, it doesn't have nutrients. Have to be in a golden age and have at least 2. Oceans too would have to boom if that's the case. Oceans do. Alluvial Council is doing a colony pod, so and alluvial would only be. I have to see if this Deidre's on channel 7. She's cautioning me about a 221 laser squad. She's asking for Planetary Networks as a favor. This will probably get her to sign that much needed Treaty of Friendship. Yeah. Centauri empathy I'll get from her later. It actually just increases eco damage, which is kind of ironic, but your tech count increases eco damage. There's no real reason I'd want the tech until I'm ready to train empath units, which I'm not. Well, or I could upgrade rovers to empath units. It's only 20 per. She might still. I'll ask her. Alright, fine. She'll still do a Treaty of Friendship. Walk with Planet Deidre. Environmental initiatives and your humanitarian initiatives complement one another nicely. The Gaians and peacekeepers have much to gain from this friendship, which limits trade and commerce at once. And she's telling me she thinks I should go green economy. How about a loan? She give me 198 energy credits. She wants 3 a year for 100 years. It's 50% extra. I've seen, didn't Morgan charge even worse interest? It's fine. That's such a long. In this game, you can get something like 6 to 10% ROI on investment. So 200 credits should produce somewhere between 12 and 20 energy credits a turn whenever I invest them in. Yeah, I'll absolutely take the loan. Any further business? The networks are running at full capacity as they approach the completion of Empath Guild. Why don't you bring this up again later? So she doesn't want to give Centauri empathy because she's afraid I'll try and rush her to that wonder. I won't, but yeah, I have an urgent message from Santiago. Forces are in Spartan
Production
territory.
complete.
Distinct the choice of saying no, I have to leave. Right. Headquarters was not booming, so whatever.
Production complete.
Was not
Production complete.
potential to boom, I should say.
Production complete. Production complete. Production complete.
Yeah, it's only size 3. And it would have pop boomed up to size 4 if that was an option. So yeah, no, the bases are not pop booming. I didn't think so. In Alien CrossFit they would. Democracy planned Golden Age, but
Production complete. Production complete.
in which case, I don't know why this base is still size 3. Forest Agency absolutely should have dropped to size 2. It didn't, but it should have. It's a mystery pop that came out of nowhere.
Production complete.
And a colony pod here. I stopped working this, which only gives 1 mineral, so I'm fine. It's only going to be an issue if they stopped working 2 mineral tile. Yep, this is actually precisely the right number of nutrients to grow in 3 turns. Perfect. Perfect. So World Food Program will go back to size 7. And I can have that nutrient resource to new base.
Production complete. Golden Age begun.
And they grew, but I knew they were going to grow. The nutrients over minerals right now. No, because these tiles are actually going to produce more nutrients soon. That shouldn't matter. It just means they'll go up to 4 instead of 2 a turn. So there's a condenser coming out there, and I'll probably just remove this mine and work a force at the last second then. Or I could do this. Oh yeah, push the commerce for a single turn. Energy now is better than energy later. Since I have... No, because... Let's see. I can actually get more from trade later if these bases grow in energy that it's paired with. Yeah, I'll do the mine for now. At some point I'll hand over the mine to monitoring agency when it grows. That's actually a smart thing.
Production complete.
Oceans to grew. And is no longer in a golden age. Got some fungicidal formers though. Didn't even skip a turn with that. Had enough energy. I rather didn't even do a normal former to upgrade later. So let's see if all the produces outright. Get a little more turn advantage this way if you have the money. That is the best tiles this can work for now. Swing on that condenser so the nutrient output goes up.
Production complete.
This base should have also dropped in size. You know, I'm thinking there's some sort of thing where planned democracy golden age bases are not dropping in size and they build colony pods like they normally would. They don't boom normally, but they don't lose pops to colony pods. Seems to be what's going on. That's not both forest agency and alluvial council. One more pop than they should have right now. There's absolutely no other possible way you'd get to this particular pop count. So it's like a secret half hidden boom. I discovered something I did not know was occurring. Alright. Oh, I got a loan from Deidre and figured out why she wouldn't give Centauri empathy, which actually shouldn't have surprised me. Built a bunch of formers, a couple of recycling tanks. Colony pod. Formers. Let's see, I did. Yep, here. Because this base is choked in mineral production, so it can support another former. And here, because this base is choked on both minerals and nutrients. But yeah, it's mainly so it can support more formers at those bases without having to send existing units to go rebase, which costs a lot of turns. Generally speaking, formers actually can pay off much better than recycling tanks relative to their cost. The tanks are more valuable in some ways initially, but the benefits of former accrue over time. But the recycling tanks do cost more than a standard former unit. So the cost benefit ratio is worse. If you are limited in energy credits, which I am at this point, I'm able to spend all I get consistently, although that one from DJ will really help. That was unexpected that she would finally sign a peace treaty, but definitely beneficial. Now I can trade with her. And I'm in doing so, in fact. a couple of my bases look to be. She's got a ton of bases, so I should be able to trade with her a lot. Yep. Alright, well, anymore I'll have to cut this video into 3, which would be ridiculous, so that's that. I hope you folks enjoyed. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, and may you always find a gangsterly dome. Adieu.